Well, Mr. Allison, have you thought it over?
Sure. I'll kill him for you.
Good. I want to keep Dodge a wide open town. If this Earp isn't taken care of, he'll ruin business. The man does me a favor this big.
Now you get out of here. I ain't killing Wyatt Earp for money. I got other reasons. My own reasons.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien. Clay Allison was probably the most dangerous of all the killers who challenged Washington's authority as Marshal of Dodge City in 1876. Modern doctors would diagnose Allison as an alcoholic psychopath, but to the men of the western frontier, his character was baffling. Only a rough and ready psychologist like Wyatt Earp stood any chance in personal conflict with Allison. And for Marshal Earp, there was the deadly risk of guessing wrong.
Clay Allison's on his way into town. He's coming to gun Marshal Earp.
You go warn Miss Dora. I'll find Earp. Wyatt. It's a private, Hal. Gotta excuse us.
Sure, Mr. Kelly. Well, you look all out of breath.
We may both be out of breath. Permanent.
When are you looking for that to happen?
Remember my telling you I suspected Pete Albright of setting a price on your head? Well, I was right. He's hired Clay Allison. Clay Allison.
You sure?
Yep.
Mr. Allison in town?
Not yet, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Now, don't try any smart aleck stuff with Allison. Just go down to Front Street and shoot him off his horse. Clay'll know I warned you. It's my skin I'm thinking of.
You see, you let a good impulse overpower you again.
Impulse nothing. Everybody's got the fool idea I'm a friend of yours. And they'll tell Clay Allison that. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, how well do you know Mr. Allison?
Too well. I got drunk with him a couple of times when I was in the Army. It's a miracle he didn't blow my head off.
Why didn't he?
I was on furlough and I didn't pack a gun. And Allison didn't reach a killing edge. When he drinks, he's got to get a real edge on before he kills. Well, now get started for Front Street, unless you're scared.
Sit down, Mr. Kelly.
But sit down? Well, man, you got no time to sit down.
Just sit down, Mr. Kelly, and tell me about Mr. Allison. Now, if he's going to come gunning for me, I better know a little bit about him. Maybe your life will depend on it.
Hey, mister.
Yeah?
You better step inside. There's word that Clay Allison's on his way here.
That's all.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly's place, huh?
Yeah, but he ain't here. He went to warn Marshal Earp about Allison.
I did. I reckon I'll step out of the sun while I wait.
Yeah, you do that, mister. The guns, mister. It's town law to check them on that rack yonder.
All right. Give me some whiskey.
All right, sir.
Oh, and I might add, I'm an old friend of Kelly's.
Oh, no friend of Kelly's, huh? Well, that makes a difference. Must have been before Kelly come to Dodge.
That's right. Jim was in the Army.
Oh, in the Army?
That smells like pretty fair whiskey.
It's out of Mr. Kelly's own bottle, mister. I got standing orders. Any friend of his is a friend of... Did I miss hearing your name?
Jim knows me.
Oh. Now, come on, or are you just stalling?
One more question, Mr. Kelly. What does Mr. Allison worry about?
Well...
Hard drinkers usually worry about something. Does he ever mention the Men that he's killed, or talk about the fight, or try and defend the killing.
Allison? What silly talk. Why should he bother his head about it? No, the only thing I ever heard him worry about was these cartridges.
Cartridges?
He don't use factory loads. Does all his own loading, just to make sure he don't have a misfire. Well, that's enough jabber. You're scared of Allison.
Yes, I am.
In solemn truth? You're gonna hunch a hole? I don't understand you, Wyatt.
Look, I'm trying to understand the reasoning of this man, Allison. Well, he's afraid, so he drinks to kill his fear. The drink gives him courage to do the killing. So he winds up being hostile towards everybody. I think I'm beginning to see what makes him tick. I just hope I can handle him.
Wyatt, Clay Allison's in town.
Where?
Mr. Kelly's saloon.
I knew it. You think I'm your friend and shoot me down.
Marshal Earp, Clay Allison wants to see you at the Alhambra Saloon.
You tell him I'll be down in a half hour or so. I haven't had my dinner yet.
Clay ain't gonna like being kept waiting.
In a half hour, tell him.
I thought you were gonna run. Wish there was something I could do to help you.
Oh, there is. You can encourage Mr. Allison to get drunk in a hurry.
You want him to reach a killing edge real quick?
Mm-hmm. You tell him I said that, will you?
Never doubt it. I'll tell him. And the sooner he gets rid of you, the better I'll feel. Well, howdy, Clay. Haven't seen you in ages.
Howdy, Jim. Hey, you always did have decent manners.
Well, the man I like, sure. Hold that. I'll join you. Soapy?
Yes, sir.
This is right fine whiskey, Jim.
Is this my bottle?
Yes, sir.
Then you got the best. Well, Clay, here's to old times.
Old times. Yeah, you're real polite, Jim. Tell me, why don't you teach Wyatt Earp some manners?
How's that?
Well, I sent him word I wanted to see him, talk to him. He sent back a message that I'd have to wait until he ate dinner. That's kind of rude, I'd say.
Ah, forget it and drink up.
No.
Where does Earp generally have dinner, Jim?
One place or another.
I'll find him.
Clay, what's your complaint against her?
No complaint, Jim. I just want to find out if he's as brave as his friends brag. I'll see you after a while.
Sure, Clay. Soapy,
Yes, sir.
how many did he have?
2.
Just 2? Would he go against Earp cold sober?
Time will tell.
Pardon me, mister. You're supposed to check those guns. That's Marshal Earp over there.
All right. So that's Wyatt Earp, huh?
The great Wyatt Earp. I've been wanting to talk to him.
Mr. Earp, my name's Allison, Clay Allison.
Oh, glad to know you, Mr. Allison. Did you get my message?
Yeah? I told Jim Kelly you didn't have decent manners. Then maybe I'm being rude, disturbing a man at his victuals, huh?
Well, you're not disturbing me. Sit down.
Thanks.
You, want to talk to me about something?
Yeah. There's been a lot of mean gossip about me.
Oh?
You may hear it. They say I take money for gunning a man.
Oh, I've heard stories like that.
Well, they ain't true. Any fights I ever been in, money had nothing to do with them.
I believe that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Say, what make of these?
No make. I load my own.
You do? Well, it's a mighty fine job. You Set the primer absolutely flush, huh? You know, I had to stop hand loading because I used to set a bumpy primer. Thing would hang up in the cylinder.
You must be clumsy with tools.
All thumbs. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of forgetful, too. Once I double-loaded a shell and almost broke my wrist when the gun went off.
Well, I never forget. My memory's perfect. I'd rather trust it than some factory loader.
Well, if a man's got a perfect memory and if he doesn't drink, why, it's smart to use hand load.
What's drinking got to do with it?
Well, they say it's kind of rough on the brain. If it's kept up too long.
I've heard all that doctor talk. Injures a man's recollection, they say. But I never hand load when I drink. And I've never had a shell miss fire on me.
No? Well, you're mighty lucky, Mr. Allison. Hope you never do.
Are you a betting man?
Well, I've been known to sometimes.
Got about 100 cartridges on me. I'll let you load my guns, picking shells out of the 100. And I'll bet you 20 to 1 they all fire. I'll make it 30 to 1. You game to bet?
Yeah, all right. Why don't you strap on your guns? We'll go out back to the livery stable.
Good.
Oh, now, don't you worry, Miss Jean. We'll be careful. Miss Jean's kind of afraid of guns.
Oh?
There you are, Mr. Allison. All fresh loads.
Thank you, Mr. Earp.
30 to 1 you don't have a misfire, huh?
That's right.
Why don't you just cut down on those tin cans over there?
There, you see? My guns never miss fire. Pay me.
Well, that's real fine shooting, Mr. Allison. $1.
Thank you. Come on over to Jim Kelly's. I'll buy you a drink.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but I don't drink. I'll see you around, though.
Sure. Well, where you been?
Waiting to talk to you, in private. I heard a couple of shots. I thought maybe you...
Not yet, Albright. In my own time.
I got the men I promised to back you.
Where?
They're lounging around over at my store. I also got the money.
Didn't you hear what I said the other day?
Don't get sore. I thought maybe you changed your mind.
No. I just finished denying to Earp that dirty gossip.
All right, all right.
It ain't all right. You started that talk about paying me.
No, Clay, no, no!
2 misfires. Forgot to reload my guns. Get on your feet.
That's just a joke, huh, Clay?
Yeah, sure, just a joke. It's the first time I ever forgot to reload after firing my guns. And Earp did it. Him and his jabber about my memory. He talked me into forgetting. It's another reason to kill him. A John Law acting smart aleck with me.
Well, reload it and go get him.
No. I'll have me one drink first.
Kelly!
Hi.
Sure, Clay.
I got smallpox. Sit down, my dear old friend.
Well, hold it. You're almost out of liquor.
Never mind. Just sit down. I want you to know that I don't like your choice of new friends. And I mean Wyatt Earp.
He's no friend of mine.
You are a liar, Kelly. You warned him I was coming to town. You've been trying to make me drunk.
You are drunk, and don't call me a liar.
Keep your fist to yourself and sit down. It's better. Did you see that draw? Now look at his gun barrel. Not a quiver. Steady on your belly, Kelly. Not like that. Steady on your belly, Kelly. It ought to be a song.
You're not fuzzy drunk yet. You're just mean drunk.
That's right. My cartridges are all fired. I proved that to Earp. There, you see? The gun went off, didn't it? I got your man right where I wanted to get him. I feel fast but steady. You see any chance for Earp?
Not much. Nope.
Honest, Jim Kelly, you made the right answer. You know I like you, Kelly. That's why you ain't dead. But I don't like Earp. He thinks he's too brave. Quiet, my friend. Where you been? You said I'd see you around.
Who fired that shot in there?
Oh, the barkeep started for a gun. I didn't hurt him much. I just creased his hand. Ask Jim Kelly.
I will.
I'll be all right in a second, Wyatt. It's just liquor makes me dizzy. I took too much, I reckon. Oh, Wyatt. You know, I don't feel very good, Wyatt. I think I'll go into the alley.
Yeah, you do that, Mr. Allison.
Where's Allison?
Went around in the alley to drink himself some more courage.
Well, take this and cut him in two.
No. Mr. Allison's only got a couple of six-shooters.
Well, go after him. He winged Soapy and threatened to kill me. Well, what are you stalling for now?
I don't want to have to kill him, Mr. Kelly.
Well, why not?
Will you just take it easy?
Easy, he says. Clay Allison at the killing edge, and he takes it easy. Well, now, you can't hide in here. The whole town's watching you and Clay.
Yeah, and they're all just blind stupid like you are.
Oh, they are they?
Look, I had the drop on Mr. Allison out there. I could have buffaloed him over the head or shot him.
Then why didn't you?
Because he's crazy. Drunk crazy. I want to give him one more chance.
To kill you?
Maybe. But I'm hoping he'll just get so drunk he'll quit. Well, we may have to shoot it out. I'm not saying it won't end that way. But I thought at least you'd have enough sense to understand.
Man waiting to get killed's easy to figure. You're tired of living.
Oh, look, Mr. Kelly, listen to me, will you?
Huh? There's nothing wrong with my eyes.
Yeah, you can do the job.
Here. Hold it waist high. It's pretty fast, huh?
Plenty fast.
Yeah. Wyatt Earp trying to worry me about my cartridges. Any man stooped to a trick like that is just plain yellow.
He's hiding in Kelly's saloon.
I'll get him out of there. But how do I know his deputies won't gun me in the back?
Take a look at my store. There's a dozen men in there willing to back you up.
I'll tell you something, Albright. I don't need him. You go fetch my horse. I kill a marshal, I want to get out of town quick.
Hey, you Johnny Laws. You go tell Herb to quit hiding. Tell him to come out here and make his fight.
The worst thing a marshal can do is to kill a man, no? Sure, you may think he deserves it, but his relatives and friends don't. That's why Billy Brooks and John Allen had to leave Dodge City. They found themselves ringed with enemies.
Yeah.
And the low-downest thing a man can do is to make gunplay against drunks. If the drunk dies, why, well, they say you took advantage of him. If you die, they...
Quiet.
If you die, why, you're considered mighty poor to get killed by a drunk. Yeah.
Clay's yelling for you to come make your fight.
Now, where?
He's outside Albright's store. I think there's about a dozen cowhands inside. I believe they got the guns with them.
All right.
Well, shouldn't me and the boys take the guns away from those cowhands first?
No, you just stay where I told you. I'll be out there directly.
Okay.
Why don't you get just too drunk and fall over?
He's had his chance.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kill him.
Afraid I'm gonna have to.
Tie him off.
Come on out of your hole, Herb. I ain't waiting all day.
Mr. Allison, I don't want you to depend on my habit of only wounding a man.
You ain't scaring me. Well, go ahead. Draw. Draw.
It's your move.
What's the matter, Albright? What are you scared of? You offered me $1,000 to gun him. You promised plenty of men to back me up. Well, there's Earp and there's his deputies. You want me to take them on all by myself? All over.
Look out, he's coming.
You may have to drop. Watch Albright's men.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
The Battle of the Little Bighorn in June 1876 was the worst defeat ever suffered by the white man in his long fight with the Indian. The news of this disaster had repercussions in Dodge City and other frontier towns. Custer's bitter critics were a handful of civilians who worked for the Indian Bureau. The hoodlum element had an old score to settle with the Army, for it was the Army which tried to stop them from cheating their Indian wards.
Business as usual, Mr. Tom. Maybe this hick cowtown ain't even heard about the licking Custer took.
Newspapers have been making excuses. Now, you fellas circulate around. Let's get the truth told our way.
Yes, sir. Come on, you men. Let's start with this Long Branch saloon.
Gus, I'm sick and tired of hearing all this gossip about what happened to Custer in Montana. You men weren't there and you don't know what happened. Now, next time there's any rawhide in the soldiers, I'm going to close every place below the line. You understand that? I'll pass the word.
Shall I take these brave warriors in for packing guns?
No. Because I think they're real anxious to go after Sitting Bull. Now, your name is Johnson. You're a cheap peddler. You work for an Indian agent by the name of Tom Elridge. Is he in town?
At the Dodge Hotel. And you better not be showing...
Elledge is a swindler and a thief. I don't want him spreading lies about brave men. You tell him I said so.
You're messing in something too big for a cowtown marshal. Mr. Tom make you pull in your horns.
What's behind all this?
Well, there are a lot of Indian agents that don't like the Army. Captain Benteen chased Elledge out of 2 jobs for swindling the Indians. Tried to get him fired.
So Elledge wants to get even with the captain, huh? How do you think he's going to do that?
Well, maybe Elledge will tell me. You take that on back to the office and ask the other deputies to start a patrol. Captain Benteen has been a good friend of ours.
Why don't we run Elledge out of town?
No, not yet. Johnson's too cocky. I'll go have a little session with Mr. Elledge.
And with the public sore at the Army over the Custer massacre, now's the time to hit hard. I've already got 6 survivors from Major Reno's command ready to testify. They're being held outside of town and under guard. There'll be 2 Indians, a Mr. Cousin and a Mr. Brother, coming into town.
What makes you think 2 Indians will come into town at a time like this?
Because I sent them a message, supposedly from their good friend Wyatt Earp. I watched the North Trace, and remember, I want them alive. You get double that when you bring them in. Who is it?
Marshal Earp.
Oh, just a moment. Oh, come in, Marshal.
Mr. Elledge?
That's right.
I just disarmed some of your men. They were picking a fight with a couple of soldiers. Now, maybe you can tell me why.
It's only natural, isn't it?
Why?
Sit down. We resent Custer's failure. It'll make the work of the Indian Bureau twice as hard. We warned the Army.
And the Army warned you. Captain Benteen told me before the 7th moved to Fort Lincoln that he was going to file criminal charges against you for what you did to the Indians.
He said that? By the time the court of inquiry gets through with Benteen, I don't think he'll be in any position to make trouble for me.
I get it now. You're short in this town, Mr. Elledge. Now you get a hold of your men and move out, you understand?
So, that's the way you help a friend in serious trouble.
Captain Benteen?
My men have picked up deserters from Major Reno's command, and they're ready to charge Benteen and Reno with disobeying orders, stupidity, cowardice. I can break your friend. Get him kicked out of the Army.
Well, I wouldn't want to see my friend get kicked out of the Army. I usually don't make deals, Mr. Elledge. You've probably heard that.
But in case somebody else holds the trump card, you might, eh?
What's your deal?
My men are looking for two Cheyenne, a Mr. Cousin and a Mr. Brother.
Yeah, I know him.
They weren't in the fight, but they know Two Moon and Brave Bear.
So?
It's important to have testimony from the Indian side. Now, we can pick up Cousin and Brother, but getting them to talk is something else again. Can you help us?
I might if it would help Captain Benteen.
He's small fry. We're after Sherman and Sheridan. We're going to prove to Congress that the Army must manage the whole campaign. Now, you help us do that, and it'll change things for Benteen.
All right. When you bring in Mr. Cousin and Mr. Brother, I'll talk to them. But your men should be real gentle.
Oh, I don't antagonize witnesses, Mr. Erb.
You be sure of that. Because for every mark on them, I'm going to put 2 marks on you.
I just set the patrol, Wyatt. Did you talk to Elledge?
Yeah, just now. He thinks I'm on his side. That's the way we've got to play it. You go find Johnson. I want to talk to him.
Johnson?
That's right away. Don't let him see you. Just come tell me where he is. I'll be over in the office.
Thank you, sir. I'll win again.
Mr. Johnson, I'd like to have a little talk with you. Alone. I just had a nice little talk with your boss. You know, I was wrong about him. I don't like you. I think you know that. But as an officer of the law, I do an awful lot of business with people I don't like. I find that Mr. Elledge is on a special assignment. Just so happens I agree with his views. He told me about the soldiers, about the witnesses.
You mean the men
That's
from...
right. Major Reno's battalion. He told me that you knew where to find him, that I should ask you.
That means we're all working together?
That's right.
Good.
I'll send Mr. Masterson over. You can give him the information.
Marshal Earp, I'm Mrs. Benteen.
Well, howdy, man. Howdy, Captain. I used to know the captain.
He's angry because I made him come to see you. Where can we talk?
Take the side street to the back door of the jail. I'll join you there.
Get up. And everyone knows that Fred was the hero of that fight. He saved Major Reno from being wiped out. But just because he technically disobeyed an order, he wants to sulk in his tent and let them court-martial him. Do you think that's sensible on his part?
No, ma'am.
I did disobey the order. I've got to tell him so.
But you saved Reno. You couldn't have saved General Custer, even if you tried to join him.
The court will blame me.
Oh, but...
Excuse me, ma'am. I've read the papers, and they tell it that Custer attacked 5,000 Indians with only 600 men. Isn't that the main reason you got beaten, Captain?
Well, yes.
They were all too brave. But the public doesn't think about that. They want some officers to punish.
Reno and me.
Not you. The only one that's after you is that crook Tom Elledge. He's with the Indian Bureau. Fred caught him selling supplies that had been bought for the Cheyennes and tried to get him fired.
Now, really...
Wait. Let me tell Mr. Earp the rest of it. Elledge is supposed to be right here in Dodge City.
Yes, he is here. I'm glad you both came.
You see, I knew Mr. Earp could help us.
I don't see how.
Well, the captain's tired, ma'am. He isn't thinking straight. That was a real good fight you put up on Reno Hill, sir.
I should have let Reno save himself and gone down the valley to help Custer.
All right, sir. All right. Mrs. Benteen, I'll take you on over to the Kansas Hotel, but I think you ought to register under a different name. I'm going to ask the captain to stay here in my office for a few hours. Elledge is busy collecting eyewitnesses, and I'll be busy recollecting them. I consider it a personal favor if you'd stay here.
All right. Go ahead. You and the missus. I guess I saw too many Indians.
No. Just try and knock him off the horse. Aim carefully. Don't kill him.
You're not going to turn them loose so they can ride in a Dodge, are you?
I need doctoring.
Well, they'll squawk to Elledge.
I can't help that. We'll get the soldiers before Elledge can take a hand. Now, get on your horses. Come on.
All right, now get out of here.
How come you started down this way, Mr. Cousin?
Indian agent says you want to make talk with us.
Yeah, well, I do, but first we got to pick up some soldiers. Got any objection to helping the 7th Cavalry?
Yeah, hey, Long Night, 7th Cavalry.
No.
We help. They are brave men.
Good.
Better get started. We still got 10 miles to that camp.
Yeah. Go get the rest of the horses.
Quiet. It's a campfire. We're getting pretty close.
All right, let's take them all on foot. Tie up the horses over there. Elledge said he was holding 6 soldiers. He can't have more than half a dozen guards out here. I'll go in from 4 sides. Take the guards, but don't shoot unless you have to. All right, let's go.
Hold it! Who are you?
Don't shoot him, Mr. Masterson! Drop those guns!
Come on. All right, tie him up. Take their sidearms. Go pick up that man I wounded by the tree. Bring him in. All the other guards accounted for?
Yeah, we each got 1.
Good. They won't be standing guard over any other camp. All right, walk these men over there and sit them down.
Nay, nay.
I'm Wyatt Earp, United States Marshal.
That's so.
You Sergeant Malloy? D Troop, Major Reno's battalion?
I'm John Smith. He's Joe Smith. We're all named Smith.
You're a bunch of stragglers. You could be charged with desertion. But that's going to be up to Captain Benteen.
Captain Benteen of H Troop? He's dead.
No, he isn't.
You sure?
Yep.
Why, that bullet-eating old buzzard. Benteen made it. Last time we saw him, he was on the hill yelling orders at Major Reno.
Where were you men?
We wasn't running, mister. About 1,000 Sioux had us pinned down in the bushes by the river. Show him what they gave us to fight with.
Watch it.
It's not loaded. An old Springfield. The cartridge extractor's busted. You got a good Winchester. 500 of them, and it might have been different.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it might have been. But I haven't got time to refight the battle with you, Sergeant. I just want to know why you made a deal with a crook like Elledge.
And we knew it was the worst messed-up battle any soldiers ever had to try and live through. So when Crazy Horse and about 5,000 Indians made their march past the hill, what was the use of staying? We were whipped to a frazzle.
So you retreated south, huh?
I'm tired of lying, mister. We run south. The fight was over, and none of us knew what to do about it.
And how did Elledge find you?
You won't believe this, but we just run onto him on the trail in Nebraska. He was out hunting for troopers like us.
So he offered you money and political influence so you wouldn't be charged with desertion, huh? And what were you supposed to do in return?
Well...
You better tell me, Sergeant.
Well, we were supposed to swear an oath, blaming it all on the officers.
Especially Captain Benteen?
Well, yes, sir.
And how do you feel about that now, Sergeant?
Like a skunk. Captain Benteen was the best officer on the field.
He's probably got the soldiers, too. Drunken fool Johnson. Have the rest of my traders come in yet?
About 20 of them, Mr. Tom.
Stay here. I'll round them up myself.
And Elledge is waiting for the Indian Bureau Commissioner. But I've got all the witnesses he was going to use against you. Well, technically, Sergeant Malloy and his men are deserters, but the truth is that Elledge was holding them against their will and was trying to bribe them into lying about you. Well, it's up to you now, Captain.
Well, Fred,
Yes, my dear?
all you have to do is take those men to Fort Dodge. They'll tell the truth. Well, don't you see?
Reno's men. I can imagine what they'll say.
Oh, Mr. Earp, you're his friend. A wonderful friend. Can't you?
Excuse me. Sergeant Malloy, come on in here, will you, please?
Sergeant Malloy, D Troop, sir. I'm glad to see you alive, Captain. If it hadn't been for you, the rest of the boys and me wouldn't have made it.
I disobeyed an order, Sergeant.
Well, who didn't, sir? With 5,000 Sioux and Cheyenne overrunning us? What was an order?
Mr. Cousin? Captain Benteen, this is my friend, Mr. Cousin. He talked to several chiefs after the fight. Mr. Cousin, did Two Moon or Brave Bear think there was any way of reinforcing General Custer?
No. The Sioux would have killed all soldiers crossing Valley. Gall and Rain and Face had General Custer surrounded.
He's right, Captain.
The white soldier, brave and proud. Indian proud also. But in war, no chief take blame for defeat. All Indian people take blame.
We're all to blame, Captain.
Yes, all of us. Cheap politicians scattering the army in dozens of little forts. Bad food, poor guns.
Now. Sergeant Malloy.
Yes, sir.
You and your men have reported to me at the earliest possible date.
Thank you very much, sir.
We will ride to Fort Dodge. I've already filed my report, but you and your men will be asked to make written statements. If you're required to mention me, I shall expect you to refer to me as a bad-tempered old buzzard. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
You checking the arsenal, Wyatt?
You're forgetting Mr. Elledge. He can't afford to let Malloy get to the fort.
You think he'd try to stop us?
Well, one of my deputies says he left Dodge with a bunch of white traders, and you know what that means.
Not more fighting.
Well, this may be the last battle, ma'am. You know, I think one of the main reasons we take such a licking is that we spend too much time fighting among ourselves.
Elledge and his men in there. I think they see you. Expect you to go after him.
Well, Captain, what do you think?
Well, I can't take soldiers into a fight with civilians. But if a fight starts, we can always ride to the rescue.
All right, we'll start it, and you can rescue us.
When the shooting starts, we'll come in from the right and the left.
Fine.
What about Benteen and the soldiers?
They'll all come in, Mr. Tom. And they'll all get what Custer got.
Can't hold out here. You sure the captain's men ain't gun shy?
I don't know.
Can we shoot?
No, wait.
Now?
Now.
Fire!
Stop running and keep firing!
Ah, these good old Winchesters.
That's what Elledge, ain't it?
Halt! Surrender! Drop your weapons! Bring him down here, men! Come on. Sergeant Malloy.
Yes, sir.
Didn't I see you and Mike shooting at two horsemen on the ridge?
Yes, sir.
Where are they now?
They're casualties, sir. Ma'am, the name of Elledge and a pal of his.
Wounded.
Dead, sir.
Well, I wonder how the government will take the news. Well, bring in the bodies.
We'll take care of that, Captain. Mr. Masterson and I killed Elledge in line of duty.
I fired the fatal shot, sir.
Thank you. Prepare to mount. Tell Mrs. Benteen that we'll probably be put under arrest at the fort.
I don't think so, Captain. If anybody comes out of that court of inquiry with honor, you'll be the man.
You deserve a better friend, Wyatt. Troop forward! March!
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Violence in the West took many forms, and friction between soldiers and settlers was one of them. With a fort just outside the town, Dodge City became an arena for such violence more than once. All it took was the appearance of one old man full of an ancient hatred.
There he is, right there.
You buffalo hunters still think you can run things in Dodge?
Who says we can't?
I do.
You? You ain't big enough to make that stick.
Well, I'm big enough to lick you.
You want to try?
Why not?
Why, you slab-sided young mule. Jake Custer, you old gopher, it's good to see you. Good to see you, too, boy. Come on, let's have a drink.
Well, I tell you, I don't drink. And, especially with men that are breaking the law.
You got it?
Yep.
What kind of town you running there, boy?
Well, it's the law, Jake.
Law? First thing I ever learned, a man had to keep his eye closed.
Well, that's out in the Toolies, where you roost, not in Dodge.
You mean it, Wyatt? Well, if it was anybody else but you. You want the sharps, too?
No, you just keep that in your saddle boot and everything will be fine. Well, now I'll have a little drink of milk with you. Hey, Soapy.
Yeah?
Bring us around, will you?
All right.
What? What does that thing say?
Why, you old goat, haven't you learned how to read yet?
But, sir, out where I live, talking and sign is all that matters.
You do that pretty well, too, don't you?
In any Indian language you can name.
It's more than I can do.
Why, they're Marshal. I never thought I'd see that. You always did have a white streak of righteousness in you. I thought you'd gotten over that by now.
Well, I haven't changed much, Jake.
You ain't a boy no more, Wyatt.
No. The years go by.
Yes, they do. Don't they?
What are you doing these days?
Oh, things ain't like they used to be. Times have changed to the bad. Remember how it was the first time I took you out? Buffalo so thick the plains was black with them as far as the eye could see. Just like a rolling ocean.
Yeah, I remember.
Them days the herd was maybe 2 or 3 million animals. Now you're lucky if you can find 8 or 10 of them in a month of hunting.
I know.
Serious, Wyatt. It's why the Indians is fighting. You can't blame them. They're starving. So when I see that, I quit hunting for the forts and trying to feed the soldiers. I'm living with the Cheyenne.
With your wife's people?
My wife said was.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. Sorry to hear that.
You got plenty of blue coats here.
Do you mind? Yeah, especially tonight. Port's not too far away, and today was payday.
Yes, I know.
Be a lot of celebrating. Got every deputy on the street. Which reminds me, I better get to work. Say, by the way, you didn't tell me why you were here in Dodge.
Maybe I'll come to see the town.
You don't care that much for towns.
Maybe I'll come to see you.
Well, you old goat, you didn't even know I was here. You know, you ask an Indian a thing 3 times. The 3rd time he has to tell you the truth. I'm asking you the 3rd time.
You come to see a fella.
What fella?
Don't matter.
Why? Well, I mean, it must be important, otherwise you wouldn't come all this way.
I got a score to settle.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I'm the marshal. Knowing how you settle your scores, well, that could mean trouble for you and me.
You're my friend, ain't you?
Yeah.
No need to worry then.
I ask you to move over. You leave me alone. Just because you're in the
What do you
army.
think you're scuffing?
That's enough, soldier. Hold it. Hey, you better watch out, Marshal. I got friends.
Now, look, you boys start any trouble, and you're going to wind up in jail. Now, go on, do your drinking someplace else.
You can't tell us
Come
what
on,
to do.
soldier. You heard the marshal. Now, go on.
Thanks.
I wasn't thinking of you. I was thinking about the bail.
There ought to be a law against those ruffians coming to town, Marshal. Shoving honest citizens around.
You're not hurt, mister. Go on back to your drinking.
Are you siding with them, Herb?
Look, they got a hard, lonely job to do, protecting all of us. They deserve a little spree. Hey, Soapy.
Yeah?
Where'd the buffalo hunter go?
Well, I don't know. Guess he must have left, Marshal.
You're all right. You're all right. Look, you sit down right here.
Sit down?
You sit down.
Okay, I sit
I'll get the horse.
Okay, Sergeant, you get the horse.
Huh? Sarge? Sarge! Sarge! I'll kill him. If I ever get my hands on him, I'll kill him.
You leave that to me, soldier.
Oh, no. I know you low-life civilians. If they're blue coats, you don't care. You don't even try. Well, you watch. The Sarge's got friends.
Look, if you just stop yammering long enough to tell me what you saw, I might have a better chance to get whoever did it.
I didn't see anything.
Well, Marshal, you don't think it couldn't have been Indians?
Well, those are moccasin tracks. It's the way they do it. And the hair.
No. An Indian wouldn't take that chance, not here in Dodge.
Well, you better find him, Marshal. You better find him quick. Because if you don't...
Looking for you? I had a hard time finding you.
You can't sleep inside walls. On them soft beds. You're up mighty early.
Well, I'll tell you, I haven't been to bed yet. How long you been here?
Oh, some little time, I reckon. Why?
You ever hear of a big Irish sergeant named McCafferty?
No, I can't say I have. I don't blanket with soldiers, you know that. Why?
He's been killed. Indian style.
Yeah?
Scalped. With a knife like that. By a man wearing moccasins.
You think I killed him, Wyatt?
I haven't any other suspect, Jake.
He probably had it coming to him. Besides, what reason I have to kill him?
I don't know. You said you had a score to settle. It was McCafferty you were staring at in the saloon last night.
That's so.
And you're bitter, Jake.
Why shouldn't I be?
Don't pay to be bitter.
You know how our life was. Kind of life a man could be content with. Kind of man was meant to live.
But you can't stop a whole nation bent on moving, Jake. You gotta accept what's bound to be.
Sodbusters, cow wranglers, bone pickers.
They're people looking for homes. They gotta live too.
And what about us? Oh, they just better stay out of my way. And them bluecoats, them's the worst. Murderers, all of them.
McCafferty?
You really think I killed him?
Yeah. I think so, Jake.
If I said I did, what did you do about it?
Only one thing I could do.
Quiet. You and me, we mean two different things when we say friend. But this is just supposing. If I killed the bluecoat.
Did you, Jake?
What reason would I have?
Did you?
Why, I already told you.
Did you, Jake?
I ain't no Indian, why? Where you going?
Well, first off, I'm going over to the fort.
Yeah. Associating with bluecoats, huh?
Gotta take back the body. Try and stop the trouble that's bound to come.
If you think I did it, ain't you afraid I'll run out on you?
But if you do, then I'll know. And I'll come after you.
My friend. My friend.
That's why, Jake, you're gonna have to tell me yourself.
Well, Marshal, surprised you ventured out here.
I brought the body.
You needn't have bothered. We were sending a detail.
Well, sir, I'd rather you kept your men out of Dodge until after this is cleared up.
My men wear the uniform of their country. They can go anywhere in these United States they wish, including Dodge.
Of course, sir. But I don't think you want trouble any more than I do.
The cavalry doesn't look for trouble, Marshal, but they're ready for it when it comes their way. You just worry about your civilians.
Well, the civilians don't start every fight, sir. But that's not what we're talking about now. We can discuss that in a few days after I get the murderer.
Do you really think you ever will?
Maybe.
I'm not concerned about where my men go off duty.
Sir, you could keep them on the post under orders for a couple of days.
I could, but I won't. In fact, I've already given leave to B Company today, after the burial. That's McCafferty's company.
Sir, that's deliberate incitement to riot. Is that what you want? You realize that'll cause more bloodshed?
If you can't keep order in Dodge, I can arrange to have martial law declared.
Well, then you better do that right now.
Maybe I will, tomorrow. Unless, of course, you can find the man who did it first.
Will you help me?
How?
I'd like to take a look at McCafferty's service records.
Why?
Because I think it was a personal grudge. Maybe we can find a clue in the records.
I can't give you that without orders from Washington.
Well, then at least let me talk to some of his friends.
I don't think they'd even talk to you.
Thanks.
Oh, Marshal. This is Mrs. McCafferty.
I come to see the man who brought him. I come to thank you, Marshal, for bringing him home to me.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Are you? Are you, Marshal? Then why don't you find the man who did it?
I'm trying to. Will you help me?
Help you?
Colonel, could I speak to Mrs. McCafferty in your office?
Well, all right.
Sit down, man. Now, Mrs. McCafferty, can you tell me any reason anyone might have for killing your husband?
Only that you didn't protect him. That you let a lot of scum and killers run around loose.
Well, I think this is personal, ma'am. Did your husband have any enemies?
Patrick? Not an enemy in the world. He was an angel.
Yes. But was there anything in the past, I mean before he met you?
You'll not be getting me to say anyone had a right to kill him.
Did Mr. McCafferty ever mention a man named Jake Custer?
Custer? No. No, never. It's not help from me you'll be needing, Marshal.
Well, where was your husband born?
Ohio, I think. He came to Colorado as a boy.
Colorado. He joined the Army there?
Yes,
Colorado Volunteers?
during the Civil War.
Well, could it have been something about the Indians? Cheyenne? It was the Colorado Volunteers at Sand Creek, wasn't it? Please tell me, Mrs. McCafferty.
Oh, no, it couldn't be. Surely. But he was at Sand Creek.
Tell me.
Well, it was the only thing he ever did he was ashamed of. Bothered him something awful for a time. You understand he was under orders.
Yes, sir.
But he said something seemed to happen to all the men that day, even him. They seemed to go crazy with the Indian killing. You heard it was horrible. Even their women and children. Oh, he couldn't get it off his mind. He used to wake up at night crying and moaning and... Well, I told him he had to forget it. That the Lord would forgive him. It made a better soldier out of him. He hated the Indian fights, but he did his job the best he could. He was a good man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mrs. McCafferty. Maybe you gave me the answer I need.
Well, I've lined up some men for deputies and commandeered some wagons for a barricade. Now, I know you didn't order this, but I figure we ought to fight at the start.
All right, Hal.
Did you learn anything out there?
Some. Jake? Tell me about Sand Creek.
What do you mean?
Oh, I've heard about it, just like everybody else has, but not from somebody that was there. There were white men with the Cheyenne that day. George, Charlie Bent, Ed Gary, and Jake Custer.
What are you driving at?
I want to hear it from you.
Sure. Why not? It's a great victory. Just like you said. Surprise attack on a peaceful village, naked and starving Indians. Thought they were under a flag of truce. 300 of them butchered. 3 out of 4 women and kids.
Jake, your wife, what happened to her?
Right in front of my eye. And I couldn't do a thing about it. I didn't even have a gun. My wife. Is my son still in her arms? And I couldn't do nothing about it. Nothing at all. But I saw his face, and I never forgot it. It trailed him all over the West.
McCafferty?
If it was. Hadn't I the right?
It's hard to say no to that, Jake. Not many men would. Probably a jury wouldn't. But the Bible says no. Jake, there was blood enough spilled that day. There's already a trail of red all over the West.
And it ain't finished yet.
Look, we're all ashamed about what happened at Sand Creek, the whole nation. Shivington was court-martialed and forced out of the Army for it. Congress has voted indemnities.
Indemnities.
Well, all I know is that the answer to killing is not more killing.
Well, I'm an old man. I ain't got much time left. But I gotta be out in the open. Gotta be free.
All right. Nobody takes any action without my orders. Not a shot fired until I say so. Everybody understand that?
You think you can stop them with talk, Wyatt?
I can try.
They're coming. What? They're coming.
All right, let's go.
Wyatt, give me my gun. I'll help.
I don't want your help, Jake.
Wyatt, we've been friends a long time.
Bill, get those men out of there. Go on, get back.
Get out of the way, Marshal.
You men are violating the law coming into this town armed. Now, any of you who want to drop your guns and swear to keep the peace can come in.
I reckon we'll come our way, Marshal.
You realize what you're doing? You wear the uniform of the U.S. Army. These are U.S. citizens.
They should have thought of that before. We didn't start the trouble.
Neither did they.
Well, have you found out who did, Marshal? Well, maybe we can. All right, get out of the way, Marshal. We're coming through, and you can't stop us.
Wait! Jake, wait! You want McCafferty's killer? Well, here he is. I killed him. I had good reason. You want to know why?
Jake.
All right, Wyatt. Maybe I was wrong.
Hold it. First man to pull a gun goes to jail. Now, he's my prisoner. You either go on back to your post or come in peacefully.
I just want to know why. I want to know why you killed my husband. You said you had a good reason, and I want to know before I kill you.
Mrs. McCafferty. His wife and baby died at Sand Creek. Come on, Jake.
All right, move out.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Who jumped you, Mr. Rennick?
Skunky Grogan and his men. They had Doc Holliday with them.
Are you sure?
There's no Grogan or Holliday anywhere, even behind masks.
Doc doesn't need to rob stages. How much do they get?
Not a dime. We outrun them. Doc Holliday was in on it. I'll swear to that.
All right, we'll get you patched up, and then we'll go after him. Some of you men take him over the dock.
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
The friendship between Marshal Wyatt Earp and Dr. John H. Holliday, gambler, gunfighter, and killer, was one of the enigmas of the Western frontier. Dr. Holliday was not popular with Wyatt's other friends, who predicted that eventually he would involve Wyatt in serious trouble. The attack on a Wells Fargo stage in the summer of '78 provided these Cassandras with what seemed to be ironclad evidence that Doc Holliday had betrayed Wyatt.
What is this now? Sam Rennick claims he can positively identify Doc Holliday on the Wells Fargo holdup.
That's right, Your Honor.
Now, Wyatt, everybody who's your friend has tried to warn you about...
That's enough, Jim, that's enough. Wyatt, we know that Doc saved your life in the Morrison fight. And if you want to send Sheriff Masterson after him, we'll understand.
Sure, just so Doc don't work on your feelings of gratitude.
Got nothing to do with it, Mr. Kelly. Doc and Grogan did it. They'll be coming in for trial, but let's leave Bat Masterson out of this.
But you are going to take some deputies.
No, sir. Doc is innocent. He'd resent my coming after him with a posse.
Resent? Indeed not.
Temper, Mr. Kelly. Now, as soon as I have a chance to talk with Mrs. Holliday, I'll be hitting the trail.
Well, do you think that's wise? Mrs. Holliday won't tell you anything, even if she knows.
You don't know Miss Kate, Judge. She's quite a talker.
Doc Holliday, a sick man associating with Skunky Grogan. Well, maybe they did try to rob the stage. But why? John won over $50,000 gambling in Denver. Now, why would he want to turn to stage robbery?
Well, maybe he didn't, Miss Kate.
He probably did. Yes, life has been dull since we got to Dodge. John would rob a stage just for amusement.
Did he tell you where he was going to meet Mr. Grogan?
Oh, yes. I have it all written down over here. John never leaves without telling me where he'll be. Longhorn Creek on the old Cheyenne trace. Just listen to this. Katie, dear, Grogan's poker game. Address below. Just a few days, John. Deserves every bit of trouble he gets himself into.
Well, maybe not, Miss Kate.
Oh, yes. You would stick up for him. He's always right, and I'm just the nagging wife. Wyatt, are you going to arrest him?
I guess I'll have to.
Well, all right. But don't you go shooting at John. He told me he'd never pull a gun on you under any circumstances.
He said that?
John really likes you. I guess you're the only decent friend he has in the world. Oh, when I think of him sitting on that damp ground playing poker with Skunky Grogan, I could...
I know Doc must be a considerable trial to you.
You could never know what I've been through with that man. Why couldn't I have fallen in love with somebody like you?
Well, thanks, but you didn't. And that's my misfortune. Now, don't you worry, because I'll bring Doc in real safe and sound, huh?
Wyatt. Bless you.
Well, Sir Doc, I believe in myself another $100 worth.
I'll call you.
Hold it. Somebody's coming. Who are you?
Hold it! No shooting. Doc, I want a powwow. Blast it all. Holster that gun, Skunky.
You know him?
I do, worse luck. It's Wyatt Earp. He said no shooting.
Well, ain't he that John Law from Dodge City?
He's an acquaintance of mine. He said no shooting, but I didn't. Anybody else feeling hostile? Mr. Grogan, this is Mr. Earp. I suppose Katie talked you into riding out here.
No. Wells Fargo stage was attacked by robbers. The drivers accused you and Mr. Grogan of doing it.
Oh. Who was the driver?
Sam Rennick.
How much was he carrying?
40,000.
Too bad, Skunky.
Yeah. You and your poker game.
Skunky wanted to have a go at that stage. But he owed me some poker money, so I insisted he and the boys stay here.
You didn't pull the job?
No, Wyatt, you know better than that. If I had, I'd have the $40,000.
Yeah, I think you would. Trouble is, Doc, that Mr. Rennick signed a formal charge against you and Mr. Grogan.
So your duty calls on you to interrupt a quiet poker game.
You mean he'd try to arrest us?
He will arrest us, Skunky. Hold it! All of you! There's something I've got to prove to Wyatt Earp. And while I'm proving it, you, my friends, will be better off in jail. Now get on your horses, all of you. Start back for Dodge.
Mr. Rennick has testified that he recognized Dr. Holliday and Mr. Grogan among the men who attacked the stage.
That's right.
Ordinarily, this court would not hold a suspect on the evidence of one witness. You may step down.
Thank you.
However, the general reputation of Dr. Holliday inspires no confidence in this court.
Or in me either.
That's enough. Each of the suspects is charged with attempted stage robbery and will be held in jail unless bond is furnished.
How much is the bond?
$1,000 each.
It's an outrage. I won't pay it.
Order!
Your Honor.
Yes, Marshal Earp.
Your Honor, Dr. Holliday's wife gave me money for the bail. I asked the court to accept it.
Well,
You see, Your Honor, Dr. Holliday is he's not in good health. So I ask you to...
No, Wyatt. I'll go to jail. Come on.
Order! Bail is accepted.
Thank you.
Wells Fargo is a very important company, Wyatt, but it's only human like the rest of us.
So?
Northwest route hasn't been changed since you rode shotgun.
I never made that run. Never drove into Dodge.
It's a good thing you didn't. They would have spoiled your perfect record. That route is a stage robber's dream. Hits straight through natural ambush. All the bridges are either rotted or wasted away. That stage could have been jumped at any one of 100 blind spots between here and Nevada. I could never understand why they didn't change that route.
Well, it could have been a dozen reasons. Management in San Francisco may not have checked the records recently and found out how much money they were losing on the route. That's what happens when a company grows too fast and gets too big.
John, you stop that. Shame on you, worrying me half to death and then... Wyatt, stop him. He should be in bed.
Wyatt, if you want to solve that bungled stage robbery, see me later. How beautiful you are today, my dear. There's nothing like 2 days with Skunky Grogan to make a husband's heart grow fonder.
Katie? Well, maybe you can talk some sense into him, Mr. Paget.
I don't understand this. The Marshal and Wells Fargo are old friends. Now, you say he doesn't believe the Grogan outfit attacked number 81?
Not only that, Doc Holliday has him twisted around his little finger. Why, 'tis a scandal of our town.
Doc Holliday. Oh, yes. Well, the man's a gambler and a gunfighter, but I never heard of him robbing a stage.
He'd do it if the idea appealed to him. In fact...
Howdy.
Mr. Earp, Mr. Paget of Wells Fargo.
Howdy.
I'll leave him to talk some sense into your head.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. The mayor doesn't like my associating with Doc Holliday. Sit down, sir.
Thanks.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, thanks.
Well, you got any new information?
No, I haven't. I just got in by train from KC.
Oh. Well, all I have is the driver's identification.
Well, that's enough, ain't it? I mean, we can go to trial right away.
No, sir.
Why not? Grogan's got a record in Missouri. The jury would send him and his boys up just on general principles.
Well, general principles aren't enough for me, Mr. Paget. And what about Doc?
Stretch in jail wouldn't hurt him.
It'd kill him. He's got a case of TB.
I thought you were still on good terms with Wells Fargo.
Not that good.
Sorry, Marshal. But it's always company rule to press for a quick trial.
Yeah, you can do that. Good day, Mr. Paget. Al? Yes, sir. When's the next stage leave for Nevada?
12 noon.
All right, duty roster's on the desk. You take over.
Yes, sir.
Meet me at the stage depot with a shotgun and a Winchester. I'm going to go talk with Doc Holliday.
John, what on earth are you doing?
Shut up. Come on, Wyatt.
Yeah, we won't be going long.
You go first.
John! John! John, you never leave without telling me where you're going. Locking me in.
Sorry, boys. I'm going to have to ask you to step down.
We're making this run for you. It's in the nature of a little mission.
Come on, get down.
Move.
They've taken a Wells Fargo stage. They stole it.
And if they'd moved the route 5 miles east of here, they'd have a coach trail on the open prairie instead of letting it run through these foothills.
It's better drainage when it rains, Doc.
The ground gets just as muddy for hoodlum horses as coach horses.
Well, that's true, but
Loyalty. Ridiculous loyalty. Just because you worked for them 8 years ago. You hate to admit that Wells Fargo can commit one blunder.
Don't you believe in being loyal, Doc?
Not when it blinds a man to the truth. That's Smiley's Leap. Named for Smiley Hummer. He owns a robbery concession on this part of the route.
I think you're joking. But just in case you're not, you better get that shotgun handy.
I never use shoulder guns. The kick of them starts me to cough. Come on, Wyatt, put them into a gallop.
All right.
them, Wyatt. Let's get out of here. Pull them off.
I'm trying. What's the matter?
We better load up, Wyatt. I want to see if you were hurt.
Oh, I'm all right. We better turn back, see if we can take Smiley Hummer.
Smiley didn't do the Wells Fargo job. It happened in Foreman Clark's section of the trail.
Clark, he operates out of Utah.
No more. Mormons made it too hot for him. Let's move ahead.
What, let Smiley go scot-free?
Smiley's dead. He's the first one I shot. We'll be crossing over into Foreman Clark's section of the line down yonder. Could be some real fighting.
Let's hold them up.
They won't go.
What do you mean they won't go?
They're all Earp and Masterson deputies. They say if Wyatt took that stage, he took it for a good reason.
Oh, sure. I'll ask Judge Tobin to swear in a citizen's posse.
No, you won't, Mr. Paget.
What?
You can't send greenhorns after Wyatt and Doc. You get too many men hurt and killed. Now, Wyatt and Doc are the two fastest guns I ever heard about. And if you want them arrested, you arrest them.
All right, I will.
Sand looks pretty deep up there. It's supposed to be a bridge by someplace.
Used to be. Up the stream a piece. Indians burned it.
Yeah, well, I better get down and take a closer look.
You're just wasting your time. But suit yourself, Wyatt.
Hey, come! Hey! Get that! Hey!
We're stuck, Wyatt.
Ho!
Here. Rest easy. I'll get us out of here.
My last pint. Let's rush him.
You hit?
No. Let's rush him.
No! Hold your temper. We'll stay here.
You scummy sidewinder whiskey thief! Come out of that brush! Hold it! Hold your fire! Doc Holliday! Doc, we might have shot you. Blast you, Foreman. One of your thieves busted my last pint of whiskey.
It was my fault. I was aiming at your head. Didn't mean to harm the pint.
Well, that's different.
Who's the John Law?
Wyatt Earp.
Oh, yeah, that friend of yours from Dodge.
He ain't no friend of mine. I'm helping him on a Wells Fargo case to save my own hide. I'm accused of a holdup I didn't even commit. Wyatt, this is Foreman Clark. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. Seeing as you're with Doc, let's go back to camp.
Wyatt, Foreman don't like peace officers any more than I do. But he's got sense enough not to try any gunplay with the two of us.
Well, that's what happened so far. Judge Tobin is holding Doc and Mr. Grogan for the job. I don't think they did it.
That's smart thinking, Mr. Earp. No stage has ever gotten away from Doc.
That's right. That's what I told him.
Well, who do you think did it?
Well, not me or any of my boys. That twisty hoodlum, Sam Rennick, the one who testified he saw Doc, he used to ride with us. And nobody who knows him would ever believe him.
How'd he get a job with Wells Fargo?
Oh, well, heck. Everybody makes mistakes, Mr. Earp, and they do too once in a while. All right, Doc?
I told him.
You never said you knew Rennick. Doc let Rennick identify him, didn't say a word.
Well, sure. I wanted Grogan to stay in jail. Skunky was into me for $3,900.
Well, who do you think it was, Doc?
I think it was Webb Dilliard.
Yeah, Dilliard. Could be. He sneaks in and out of this territory.
Makes a lot of sense, Wyatt.
Yeah, but why would Rennick accuse you and Mr. Grogan?
Well, I think that Webb Dilliard paid him to accuse Grogan and me.
Well, what's Dilliard got against you, Doc?
Well, last time I was in a game with Webb, I threatened to cut his throat. Otherwise, why would Sam Rennick accuse Skunky and me if Webb Dilliard wasn't paying him?
Yeah. And you say that Dilliard even shot up Rennick? One of his own spies on the Wells Fargo driver list.
Yeah, that's right. All right, where can I find Mr. Dilliard?
Well, you save yourself the trouble, Mr. Earp. Doc and me will find him.
You bring him into Dodge?
Why, sure. How about it, Doc?
You can count me in on that. Might take a little time, though, Marshal.
How much time?
2-3 days. Say, Clark.
Yeah?
Have your boys help Wyatt dig that stage out of the sand.
Right. Pecos, you and Dave and Alfredo. Go along with the marshal.
Thanks. Oh, Doc. I'd like to have Mr. Dilliard and some of his men alive.
I would, too. Killing's too good for them.
Whoa there, Marshal. You're under arrest for stealing that coach.
You go for that gun and I'll crease your thick skull.
You forget I'm a special agent for Wells Fargo.
And I can only conclude that you've lost your mind.
Turning Doc loose. Trusting him and Foreman Clark to bring Dilliard in. And finally, what do? Fire on a duly accredited agent of Wells Fargo.
The man's a fool.
Indeed, now.
He was only trying to do his duty as he saw it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Judge. Wait a minute. I'm an old Wells Fargo hand myself. When this case is over, I'm going to turn in a report to the company that won't make nice reading.
You'll report?
That's right. Straight to the home office in San Francisco. They let the whole Nevada route go to rack and ruin, and then they send an idiot like this out here to make things even worse. I'm tired and I need sleep.
Now, Wyatt, this is hard for me to say, but Judge Tobin and I have to save you from the influence of Doc Holliday.
Well, that's odd, Mr. Kelly. See, Doc is hoping that somebody will save him from my influence. Oh, wake me up when Doc gets in with the prisoners, will you?
That's enough for now, Jim.
But we agreed to suspend him.
There's plenty of time for that. Let him wait a little longer for Doc Holliday. That'll be the real lesson.
You kowtow people make me sick. Holliday's flown the coop and you know it. Next thing, you'll let Grogan and his men out of jail. I gotta telegraph my company for instructions.
Where's Wyatt?
He went to take a nap.
Oh, he did he? I could do with a nap myself. Webb Dillard and Associates. Come on, Kelly. Start earning the pay you graft. You'll find the guns in the saddlebag.
Who is it?
It's Kate Holliday, Wyatt. And John's here with me.
Just a minute. Oh, come on in. Won't you sit down?
No, thanks. Look at him. Wyatt, just look at him.
The doc looks the same as usual, Miss Kate. Did you bring the prisoners in?
Yes, Wyatt.
Thank you, Doc.
They turned Skunky Grogan and his boys loose. Now John wants to ride up to Skunky Grogan's camp and start that poker game again. Oh, Wyatt, stop him. Save him from another sick spell.
Katie, it's my life, and it's my money. I gotta go and win it back from Skunky Grogan.
Now, wait a minute. If you win from Grogan, he'll pay you back in stolen money, won't he?
You'll have to prove that, Wyatt. Katie, don't hang around this room.
They'll throw Wyatt out of the church.
What am I going to do?
Well, Miss Katie's your husband. And he's my friend.
Katie, come on.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
General George Armstrong Custer led the 7th Cavalry against an overwhelming force of Sioux and Cheyenne Indians at the Little Bighorn in 1876. Custer and 264 officers and men were slaughtered. 2 years later, the American press and public were still arguing about the Custer tragedy. The general's enemies called him a glory hunter who unknowingly led the 7th Cavalry into a massacre. The general's friends said he was betrayed by subordinate officers. Time has proved both theories false. But in the bitterness of the dispute, General Custer had only one ardent champion, his widow.
You remain standing, gentlemen. Will you come in, please, Mrs. Custer?
Thank you, Colonel Benteen. Gentlemen, please do make yourselves comfortable. I know all of you by your first names, so we needn't be strangers now. General Sheridan has just telegraphed me. He says that Colonel Reno must be granted an official court of inquiry. The court will be held in Chicago. I assume that all of you will be witnesses. Am I correct, Colonel Benteen?
That's right, ma'am. And I can assure you that General Custer's memory will be respected by every man in this room. Oh, we had our differences, but it was always give and take. We despise Reno. None of us has spoken to him socially these years.
Then you've already discussed... I mean, you'll say nothing against Colonel Reno that might reflect on General Custer.
No. Or the regiment.
Here. Mrs. Custer, you will always have our love and loyalty.
Thank you. Thank you. This is most kind. I won't detain you longer.
That will be all, gentlemen.
Don't worry, Mrs. Custer. You and the 7th have suffered long enough.
Well, now, that's settled.
They faced it as I prayed they would. But there's still this fellow Hendon.
Chris Hendon? What's he pestering you about?
This came yesterday. He wants money, I think. I'm supposed to meet him in Dodge City.
This is nonsense. I'll burn the thing.
No, please. He was one of Reno's civilian scouts. He'll be called to testify.
Well, let him testify.
But, Colonel, he could ruin us all. He's a civilian, and the newspapers would be eager to print any lies he told.
Oh, Betty, you're carrying this thing too far. Oh, yes. Now, I've never had any occasion to say this before, but you can't be bothered by every blackmailing scamp or rascal who writes you a letter. I remember Hendon. I think he bolted before Reno made the charge that day. I certainly don't recall seeing him on the hill when we stopped Reno from running away.
Well, he could say he was with General Custer. He could say anything.
All right. Now, Wyatt Earp, the marshal at Dodge, is a good friend of mine. I'll telegraph him to arrest Hendon.
No, Colonel, I beg of you. If we anger the man, he'll... All right, I'll just ignore him. Your first idea is best. Let him testify.
Good. Well, I must be running along. But Mrs. Benteen and I will see you at dinner, eh?
Oh, yes, of course.
And put a match to this and forget it.
He was a show-off, a glory hunter. I charge him with full responsibility for our defeat.
If you ask me, he didn't die like a hero.
I think he was just as big a coward as Reno.
The Army can't cover it up forever. Somebody will tell the real truth.
Miss Custer?
Sergeant Turner, Corporal Mills.
Mrs. Custer?
Is Mr. Hendon in Dodge City?
Yes, he is. He's still hanging around the saloons.
Dragging around town, what he could tell if he had a mind to.
You just say the word, Mrs. Custer. We'll go back to Dodge.
Yeah, Hendon won't bother you no more, Mrs. Custer.
We can't do anything like that. How much longer will you men be on furlough?
11 days.
I must talk to Hendon. It's the only way, Sergeant. Will you and Corporal Mills drive me to Dodge City?
Well, of course, but shouldn't you ask Colonel Benteen?
No. We must start at once. And please say nothing to Colonel Benteen or to anyone else.
All right.
Rent a good team and carriage from the Sutler. I'll meet you at the North Gate in half an hour.
We'll be there, Mrs. Custer.
Oh, Wyatt. Looking for you. Telegram from Colonel Benteen at the fort. Operator at the depot brought it over himself. Said it was extra urgent.
Now, the Army wants 2 soldiers named Mills and Turner arrested. They're on furlough wearing civilian clothes. The rest of it's just a description of the men. Now you pull a deputy off patrol and do just what the colonel says. You sure saved my neck in that dull knife business, remember?
Sure do. We'll ring out the town.
Somebody chasing you?
Yeah, a couple of soldiers. They're trying to kill me. I want them arrested.
Mills and Turner?
Yeah. How'd you know?
The Army wants them arrested, too. What's your name?
Hendon. Chris Hendon. I used to be a civilian scout for Reno. Those troopers was in the same outfit. 7th Cavalry.
Put that gun on the desk.
Gun? Oh, sure. I had to carry it, Marshal. My life's in danger.
Why?
Just an old grudge between them and me. I thought they'd forget about it, but suddenly I turned around in the street and there they was, following me.
Well, my deputies are looking for him now. This will make it easier. Come on.
Oh, no.
Why not?
I don't go wandering around out there and get plugged from some doorway.
Mr. Hendon, you asked me to protect you. Now, the easiest way to do that is to try and arrest those 2 soldiers quick. I'll get my hat. Let's move.
Not me.
Well, it looks like you got the right men.
We're tailing somebody halfway down the block.
That's them. That's Mills and that's Turner. I want to charge them with an attempt to commit murder.
Were they packing guns?
No, sir.
Colonel Benteen wired a request to hold you for the Army. You got any idea why the colonel wants you?
No, sir.
Lock him up.
Come on, move.
Move!
Come on.
What about my charges against him?
Tell it to the Army. Now, you check this gun or get out of town. If you take my advice, you'll get out of town. You may run into some more soldiers.
And what you call police protection? Were you in cahoots with the Army?
I don't think I like you, Mr. Hendon. You stay in this town, you be ready to protect yourself. Now, quit wasting my time.
there's a lady at the Dodge House. She said she's got to see you right away.
Who's the lady?
It's a Mrs. Elizabeth Bacon. She wouldn't tell me what it was about, but she acted awful worried.
All right. Did you get a good look at that fella?
Yes, sir.
His name is Chris Hennon. I want you to keep an eye on him.
Horse thief or cow rustler?
2 soldiers were after him. They usually got a good nose for a skunk. Go on.
Sergeant Turner?
No, ma'am, Marshal Earp.
Oh. One moment.
My deputies gave me your message, Mrs. Bacon.
Come in.
Thank you.
I used my maiden name to register. My married name is Custer. Mrs. George Armstrong Custer.
Mrs. Custer?
That doesn't surprise you.
No, ma'am, I've seen your picture.
Mr. Earp, 2 soldier friends of mine have disappeared. I'm afraid that something might have happened to them.
Sergeant Turner and Corporal Mills?
Yes. Have you seen them?
They're being held for the Army. Colonel Bentine's request.
You put them in jail? Oh, that's nonsense. Colonel Bentine has no right to. I must ask that you release Turner and Mills at once.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that, ma'am.
Very well. Then I shall have to employ a lawyer. Could you recommend one? Mr. Earp, lawyer's name, please.
Well, Mrs. Custer, that would be a waste of money. I can hold those soldiers for 24 hours, even against a writ of habeas corpus.
Marshal, I know a little about law. What charge has Colonel Bentine lodged against them?
I have a charge of my own, ma'am.
Indeed. What law did they break?
They assaulted a Mr. Chris Hendon.
Hendon? No, they promised me they wouldn't. Did they injure Mr. Hendon?
Not much, no. Is Mr. Hendon a friend of yours?
I've never met the man. Why do you ask?
Well, you seem very concerned about Mr. Hendon's health, and you asked the soldiers not to hurt him.
Marshal, is this a police interrogation?
Mrs. Custer, Mr. Hendon claims to have been a civilian scout with Reno. Colonel Bentine and I went through a rather bad time together right after the Little Bighorn fight. An Indian agent tried to bribe some runaway soldiers into telling lies about Colonel Bentine and the 7th Cavalry.
Are you suggesting Mr. Hendon might try to blackmail me?
He might try it, yes.
How absurd. General Custer needs no defense. You're being rather impertinent, aren't you?
Well, I don't mean it that way, Mrs. Custer. I'd like to help you.
All right, help me. Turn those men loose and forget your suspicions of Mr. Hendon.
Well, I can't do that, ma'am.
Good day, Mr. Earp.
I know the torment that you've been living through. People have lied so much about General Custer, you don't know where the next attack is coming from. Well, you've got me stubborn. I'm going to help you in spite of yourself. Oh, Hal. I told Ted to watch Mr. Hendon. Have you seen him?
Yeah, Hendon's in the Long Branch. Ted's waiting up the street.
Yeah, we'll go pull Ted off. I want both of you to watch the hotel, front and back. If Mr. Hendon goes inside, you send for me. If he leaves, don't wait for me, arrest him.
Right.
I just had a talk with Mrs. Custer. She got worried when you didn't check in and sent for me. I had to tell her the truth.
All right.
Now, Colonel Bentine will be here for you in a couple of hours. Can either one of you persuade Mrs. Custer not to pay off to Hendon?
We don't know what you're talking about, Earp.
I think you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you'll answer me one question, though. Has Mrs. Custer ever heard what the Indians have to say about the fight at the Little Bighorn?
After the massacre at Little Bighorn, she can't stand the sight of Injuns.
Well, I know a Cheyenne chief that was there. Chief Wolfhead. Mrs. Custer would...
Hendon just now went into the hotel.
Let's go.
You'd better leave town at once.
Oh, well, I want to live the same as anybody else. That's why I had to come to you for help. I can get a fresh start now in Mexico.
Remember your agreement to stay there.
Oh, well, a deal is a deal. Good luck, Mrs. Custer.
Hold it!
Mr. Clark, I want you to search this man. Thank you. Mr. Clark, I want you to remember this. I may need you to testify. Throw some water on him, throw him in jail.
Right.
Get some water, will you?
You can't be serious.
Mr. Hendon asked Mrs. Custer for money, and she gave it to him. Look, there's the evidence. Now, don't you want to book Hendon for extortion instead of blackmail?
He mustn't be booked at all. That would involve her, the regiment, Sherman, Sheridan, even Grant.
If Mrs. Custer will do what I suggest.
That is the most complete fool nonsense I've ever heard. General Custer's widow meeting with a Cheyenne renegade.
Wolfhead is a brave chief, and you know it.
Oh,
now listen to me. This poor woman is going to be haunted by liars the rest of her life. She needs to hear the truth just once.
From Wolfhead?
He at least saw General Custer die. You weren't on that hill. You were kept busy saving your own command in Reno's. On a bluff 3 miles away, isn't that right? Well, then will you please go ask Mrs. Custer?
All right. I'll ask her. I'll try. But she's liable to come marching in here and make you sorry I did.
The perils of war, Colonel.
Come in.
Mr. Earp, I will not be forced into a ridiculous gesture. Chief Wolfhead, a lying, filthy savage, one of the fiends who killed my husband and his men.
All right.
I must also demand that you drop your charges against Mr. Hendon.
Mrs. Custer, I'm a civilian. You don't give me orders. Does this money belong to you?
If you took it from Mr. Hendon, I assume that at least part of it is what I gave him. As a loan.
A loan?
Yes.
May I quote you?
What is that?
Part of my report. I may turn it into the Dodge City Globe.
You wouldn't dare.
Yes, I would.
You'd ruin us all, including your friend, Colonel Benteen. You oblige me to tell you that Colonel Reno will be given a court of inquiry. All surviving officers, scouts, and many enlisted men will be called to testify. Don't you realize what the newspapers could do to us? The fact that I loaned money to Hendon would be twisted to make it appear as though I'm trying to influence witnesses.
Aren't you?
That's preposterous. The memory of my husband, his name and reputation are all that matter to me.
Yes. But do you think you should lend money to a man like Mr. Hendon?
What right have you to question my motives?
He's a crook. He tried to blackmail you.
Prove it.
No, I won't even try. Here's your evidence back. No story in the paper. Al, bring Mr. Hendon in here.
Yes, sir.
I told you that I was stubborn and that I'd try to help you in spite of yourself. But all this faith and loyalty you profess just doesn't exist.
Why, you unspeakable.
Calling names won't change my opinion. have more respect for General Custer than you have.
I'll listen to no more of this.
No, you'd rather spend the rest of your life listening to liars. Well, I know what happened at the Little Bighorn. I wasn't too proud to talk to the Indians about it. Savages in battle, yes, but honest men. Your husband's name is safer with them than it will ever be with men like this. Mr. Hendon, I'm releasing you. You get out of town quick. Mills and Turner will be back tomorrow, and anything that they do to you after that will be an accident. Throw them out.
Come on, move.
Where is this Chief Wolfhead?
At the fort, the hostile stockade.
Will you come with me? We'll leave as soon as my soldier friends get back. Good night, Mr. Earp.
Good night, Mrs. Custer.
They put a chief in here?
It's what the government calls a temporary stockade. The big stockade is a reservation.
2 visitors, approved by Colonel Benteen.
Let me help you, man. There you go.
Chief Wolfhead. Wyatt Earp. My friend.
Mrs. Custer, may I present Chief Wolfhead?
Widow of Longhair. There is sadness for you in my heart. She was brave to come here. Do not stay long. Many are sick here.
Our government could do better for you than this.
There was fighting. We are prisoners of war. Out of respect for General Custer, what shall I say?
I'll ask some questions. Mrs. Custer, perhaps we can make this bench comfortable.
Longhair and Pony soldiers retreat to hill here. Chief Gall attacked on front and right. Crazy Horse lead many warriors to strike Longhair from left. I am told to move Cheyennes uphill from rear. Soon we have General Custer surrounded. We have 10 times more men. We have rifles that shoot quick, 12 times, Winchesters. Soldiers shoot only once, then have to reload. It was not a fair fight.
Did General Custer try to run away?
Run away? He is Longhair, brave soldier. He stands ground what is no bigger than his shadow. He fight to the last.
A lot of our people blame General Custer for not uniting his command. Some of them say he should have waited for the Terry and Gibbon columns to arrive. Now, what do the Indians think about that talk?
Stupid. There is dust and smoke. How could Longhair and his scouts count our warriors? We hide most of them in hills until fight commence.
Chief Wolfhead, a lot of our people who weren't there say that if Reno and Benteen had charged straight for the hill, they could have saved General Custer.
No, not enough soldiers. Too many of us.
And what if General Custer had waited for the Terry and Gibbon columns?
My friend, they would all be dead. I feel anger here when white soldiers blame each other.
Any questions, ma'am?
No. It was war. My husband had his victories. It was ordained that he suffer one defeat. I realize that now.
Mrs. Custer, I have my defeat also. The Great Spirit allowed your great husband to follow the guns and trumpets and pass from this world with honor. I am not so honored.
I'm sad for you, Chief Wolfhead. This will be changed. You've taken my fear of liars away. I'm deeply grateful. Come, Mr. Earp. We mustn't dawdle.
Yes, sir.
I have to see the Commandant about those dreadful conditions in the stockade. Then I leave for Chicago to tell General Sheridan what I've learned from Chief Wolfhead. Thank you.
Let's go.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Get those two Indians right here.
These the friends of Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, on their way to tell him all about us. That Earp's bad medicine, Roof. Maybe we ought to just scare those Cheyenne.
Cousin and brother don't scare. Roof's right. We'll have to kill him.
All right, stop the jabber. I hear him coming.
Scatter. Meet tonight in the camp.
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Marshal Wyatt Earp's good friends were Mr. Cousin and Mr. Brother, Cheyenne Indians who had left their tribal group to serve as scouts for the Army and valued advisors to Marshal Earp. Wyatt has been much criticized for his strange variety of friends and his absolute loyalty to them. But friendship with Indians was beyond the pale. As Dodge City said in 1879, Injuns weren't even people.
Mr. Brother is dead, but it looks like Mr. Cousin has a fair chance. I couldn't get much out of him, just that 4 men he didn't know ambushed them on the Nation's Trail south of town.
You shouldn't try to rouse him or make him talk. He's got a bullet in the left lobe.
Can he make it?
Well, he's tough.
Take it easy, Mr. Cousin.
Mr. Earp, we tell Mr. Earp.
I'm right here.
Bad men, dry gulchers. They hold up a wagon train. We ride to tell you, then they shoot.
No more right now, Wyatt. Let him rest.
He's gonna need good nursing, Doc. If he asks about Mr. Brother, don't tell him. Just say that I'm gonna get every one of those men that dry gulched him.
Norton says there'll be talk about burying Mr. Brother in the new cemetery.
Well, let him talk. Have you had any report on a wagon train robbery recently?
Indian Bureau wagons carrying supplies to the Cheyenne reservation.
What gang did it?
Nothing on that. An Army detachment from Fort Sill was sent after him.
Mr. Cousin mentioned dry gulches. Now, is that because they bushwhacked him and Mr. Brother, or is there an outfit called the Dry Gulches?
That's a new name to me.
Al?
Yes, sir.
I want a day and night watch put on Mr. Cousin. Whoever bushwhacked him may come in and try to finish off the job.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Maybe a cold trail and a long one. You just arrange the guard.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Mr. Brother was killed in Ford County, my jurisdiction.
He was shot after an Indian Bureau train was raided. That makes it a federal case. I'm still a U.S. Deputy Marshal, in case you've forgotten. Mr. Brother wasn't your friend.
Wyatt, you're my friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You, give Hal a hand. Any trouble breaks loose at the saloons.
Gets mighty lonesome on the trail between Dodge and Oklahoma Territory.
Well, you suit yourself. Got 4 men to catch, and I'm going to catch them.
Good, I need the exercise.
Howdy.
Howdy. Get down. Come in.
Thanks.
There's some hot grub there.
Thanks, Cookie.
Yeah, I'll pour you a cup of hot coffee here.
Right hospitable of you.
Well, it's the boss man's orders.
You heard driving into Dodge?
Yeah.
What's new in that dusty hole?
Oh, nothing I heard of. A couple of Indians got shot.
In Dodge?
No, somewhere south. One's dead and the other's being looked after by the doctor.
Why are they taking so much trouble with an engine?
Friend of Wyatt Earp. I ain't got time to be answering no more questions. I got to get supper.
Sure. Thanks, Cookie.
Well, right here's where it happened. Mr. Sandage had already picked him up when Joe and I happened along. We didn't wait to look for signs.
Four horses. Kansas horseshoes, wouldn't you say?
Not Texas shoes. Maybe Kansas or Missouri.
Now, this horse was shod cavalry style.
Cavalry toes. You know, it could be an Indian trader. A lot of them turned hoodlum when the Army cleaned house and drove them from the forts. Yeah, they all scattered, Wyatt.
One of them went south.
East and north over here. Well, which do we pick?
None of them. Let's try the cattle camps.
Hold it! Engines! Engines!
What about them?
War party at Cheyenne! I'm heading for Dodge.
You look like a road agent to me. Why didn't you stop him?
Maybe he was telling the truth.
Indian war party?
Probably reservation jumpers. Come on, let's get out of sight.
Much blood here. It is true. Our friends are dead.
Young Wolf!
No, it is friend. Marshal Earp.
Bad news travels fast.
Both my tribal brothers dead?
No. Only Mr. Brother. Mr. Cousin badly wounded.
We Cheyenne take care of this.
No, Young Wolf. The Pony Soldiers are after the white man who did it.
And so are we. You'd better get back to the reservation.
Sheriff Masterson is right.
Indian Agent Chief, let us go. Read this.
Same old story. Indian Bureau doesn't trust the Army. Young Wolf, we'll talk about this. According to the Indian Bureau, their names are Will Dade, Dick Averill,
Wait a
Sam...
minute. April with an I?
That's right. Sam Wilson, Ruth Prentice. That's the four of them. Call themselves the Dry Gulchers.
Any description?
Well, Mr. Delman says here that Texas Rangers may have a reward sheet on them.
Well, that's a big help to us right now.
Look, we didn't even have the names until now. At least that's something. You think Mr. Cousin can identify him?
No, they bushwhack him. My paper.
Young Wolf, may I give you some advice? Mr. Delman knows he hasn't got the authority to let you and your braves travel as a posse with guns. This paper merely says that you and your braves are going to meet the men named on agency business.
To hang them.
Sheriff Masterson and I will tend to that. Now, my advice is that you go back to the reservation.
No, we promised Chief Two Moon. White men die.
Young Wolf, they will die. I give you my word.
You have been good friend of Indian.
I have tried to be.
If we catch killers, I will send message to you. But you must let us watch them hang.
All right.
Run into that cavalry patrol somewhere.
They may find a gulch or two before it happens.
You reckon that fellow who was running for Dodge could be one of them?
Yeah, let's take a look along the trail.
Cavalry shoes on his horse. We better get back to Dodge. That Gulcher might try to finish the job on Cousin.
Should have shot him when I had a chance. Next time you'll get it.
Wyatt, no killing. We need him to get to the others.
Yeah, you keep reminding me of that.
Sure you ain't being followed?
No, we're in trouble. We didn't kill one of the engines. I'm not fooling. One they called Cousin made it back into Dodge. I ran by Wyatt Earp and another John Law at the ambush. And to make matters worse, a passel of Cheyenne are trailing us.
That Cousin saw us. You've got to go into Dodge and get him.
All right.
Hold it. We'll trade horses.
What?
Those cavalry shoes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We can't afford to make any more mistakes. As soon as you get into Dodge, buy some town clothes. Clean up. Get a shave. Here. Wear these specs.
Hey, where's Dick and Sam?
They're still circling. Haven't come in yet. We'll wait for you right here.
What about that Cheyenne?
Don't worry about them. We've backtracked through water at least 10 times. Anyway, they'd never believe we'd meet up so close to Dodge. You get in, finish your job, and get back here before midnight.
Oh, it's going to be later than that, Roof.
All right, then. Follow us on down to our camp on the Cimarron. Get going.
Well, his pulse is better, but I won't try to remove that slug. I wish someone could convince Wyatt that my office isn't a safe place for witnesses to a murder.
Mr. Earp said to take Cousin to his room as soon as he can stand the handling.
Not tonight. And I'm going to keep the doors locked.
Friend, is there a doctor in this town?
Why, sure, Doc McCarty. You ailing?
Yeah, I've got an ache.
Well, Doc's office is up Front Street near the Dodge Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Who is it?
Wyatt.
How is he?
Doc thinks he's holding his own.
Any strangers come in here to see Doc?
No, sir. He's a mite fidgety. Asked me to keep the shades drawn and the door locked.
Well, that's a good idea. We're going to have to shake down the town. You take the horse racks, I'll take the livery stable. Don't you let anybody in here unless Doc or you know him, huh?
Yes, sir. Who is it?
Doc.
Where's Mrs. Perkins?
She got scared and left. But Wyatt and Masterson were just here.
Why didn't they stay here?
They're searching the town, Doc, just in case.
Mister! That fellow walking across the street yonder. Hold it! Hold it right there.
What's happening here?
Take it.
Must be some mistake, Marshal.
Yeah? How'd you know I was a marshal? It's too dark to read my badge.
I call every officer a marshal. It's force of habit.
You do, huh? What's your name and where you from?
Walter Jones. I rode in from the Bar Q camp on Salt River.
Oh? Where's your horse?
At the hitch rack in front of the Dodge Hotel.
Let's take a look.
That's my horse.
Did you fire those shots?
I don't know. I haven't found his 45 yet. Not cavalry shoes.
He looks something like the man who passed us on the trail.
Except he's had a shave and he's wearing different clothes.
Marshal, you've got me all wrong. I'm just a cowhand who came into Dodge for a good time.
Mm-hmm. These are just plain glass, mister.
That's right. I use them to keep dust out of my eyes.
No?
He's lying. We'll find the gun.
That's right. Come on, move.
What do you say?
All right. I gonna.
No, cousin.
Mr. Cousin? Mr. Cousin, you know who I am?
Sure. Mr. Herb. I feel weak, bad.
Mr. Cousin, I want you to take a look at this man. Can you see him? Turn around there. You ever see him before?
No. Who is he?
The name is Walter Jones, Injun. Now, do you have any other bright ideas?
Doctor, there's an Army surgeon visiting Fort Dodge. Will Mr. Cousin be able to make that trip tomorrow?
Well, if he has a good night, it's possible.
One other point, Doctor. The Indians were bushwhacked by 4 men. Now, Mr. Cousin may have only seen 1 or 2 of them. This dry gulch is lucky.
Call the names now, Herb.
Don't beg for a licking, fella.
Just who's going to give me that? You?
Why'd you kill him?
Yeah, there's a law against that, isn't there? Well, you take him out to the edge of town and give him back his gun. And you, whatever your name is, you come back into Dodge again, I may have to break that law. I'll see you in my office later.
You'll see me later, too. Now you're begging to be dead. What are you trying to do, cheat an insurance company? Come on. Walter Jones is mighty sore at you.
That's good.
You picked the fight.
Yeah. And I want him to stay killing mad.
He's a bushwhacker, Wyatt.
One of the Dry Gulch Quartet.
You sure or guessing? Cousin couldn't identify him.
He was too interested when I asked the doc if I could take Mr. Cousin over to the Army surgeon at the fort. Well, I couldn't risk Mr. Cousin's life. He'd be aiming at him.
I got an idea. Dress me up like an Indian, and I can...
Wait a minute. The Opera House.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it. There's a Indian dummy over there. Backstage. They used it last year when Buffalo Bill had to strangle a wicked Apache in his show. Looks real lifelike, too.
One thing wrong with that. He might bushwhack the dummy and you.
Well, not with you and your deputies trailing. There's one more thing, and this is real important. Where do most of the decent Indian traders hang out?
Dunphy's Tavern in the county.
All right, fine. You send a man out there that can play a good drunk. You give him the names of Dade, Averill, Wilson, and Prentice. You tell him to spread the word around that they murdered Mr. Brother, and they're blaming it on other men, Indian traders.
What's that got to do with you making a target out of yourself in the morning?
One dry gulcher isn't enough. I want all 4 of them. 4.
Almost half after midnight. Can't wait for Dade no longer.
Maybe run into trouble. Never saw no trouble that Dade couldn't squirm out of.
We'll scatter again. Wait for him down at the forks.
Good, the boys are in position. Here comes Wyatt. Move parallel and about 100 yards in front of him. In case Jones, or whatever his name is, makes his play and then tries to run.
kill him, huh?
No, I obeyed orders, Deacon.
Come on. Sit down over there. All right, now let's go over this again, huh? You still claim your name is Walter Jones and that you don't know a thing about the dry gulches, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you turn him over to the Cheyenne, Wyatt? That'll make him talk.
Bluffers. So are you, Dade. You bushwhacked those Indians. His name is Will Dade. He rides with Prentice, Averill, and Wilson.
Ah, you loco Bates. I quit them 2 years ago.
Are you willing to swear that he's a dry gulcher?
I sure am.
Lock him up. Well, that's one of them.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
দরকার পড়লে একটা রিকশাওয়ালাকে বিয়ে করবো, তারপর তোকে বিয়ে করতে
তুমি যদি মরো আমি তোমাকেই বিয়ে করবো।
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা।
5টা কন্ডিশন।
কয়টা?
5টা।
আমি জেডি সাফায়েত রমরাজন। স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
বাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না, আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না। ভাই আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না, আমি জানতাম। শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না।
ভাই আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ। জিমি জিমি জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম বইরা দিমু। যাচ্ছে সব বাইর কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে, শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে।
ভাই যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায়, সে বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
Nên 5.5x tốc độ sửa binh. Binh không thầy ơi. Đóng cái củ sắn này. Gì vậy thầy? Này 125 à? 205 rồi. Cộng gì đây? Tạm mới nâng cấp tất cả nâng cấp trên một lần. Bình. Rồi xoay bài tự động không? Có lấy bạc rồi anh lấy xoay bài tự động ấy. $180 à? Vách. Không được á? Perfect. Được, lấy cậu. Như đi qua này 215 nắp à? 25 à? 25. 35 không? Được cộng 10 này, 30 rồi, thừa 30. 10 này. 229 ạ. Đâu thì phải thừa 30. Không mua à? Cái này gì luôn. Thần tài này. Thần tài lên, ở chờ nhỉ. Thần tài lên. Thần tài đến. Bay. 120 à? Lần một lần. Lần một lượt bớt. Cái gì đấy? Máy nổ à? Máy nổ sao? Nổ máy. Đéo đây. Cái gì rét à? Tự nhiên thầy đặt đỉnh và đá xuống à? Chọn đất. Perfect. Good landing rồi à? 100 lap à? Thầy có thể chỉnh cho nó good landing mấy lượt. Giờ chọn chỉnh bằng những gì mà cho nó này á. Vì nó bị lệch lệch chạy sang bên kia một tí. Cô không? Good landing. Méo vậy, phải nói. Áo choàng bạc, độc dược sĩ. Được này mất chất hồi phục. Có sức hành vác, cái điểm lính. Áo choàng bạc này. Xong đâu? Quên. Thần tài ngay.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমার মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম, ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয়, এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে, ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Sao thế nhỉ? Sao thế ít ít nổ bùm. Chọn đâu mày? Chọn rồi. Không có rồi. Rồi cút. Xong cút. Meo 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 meo. Cái gì đấy? Lò đắc bù làm mau vậy anh. Chuẩn không vậy. Thầy lái nha, thầy lái tốc độ cao xem con lái không. Từ từ mày ấy á, xít được. So ride a cat in high speed đấy. Chuẩn không? Đây á, không được. Sợ tốc độ cao. Tốc độ cao đét mà. Rồi một lần, hai lần thứ hai, 300 lap à, 400 lap. Chuẩn không thầy? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Ui tốc độ cao đấy. 378 lap cho 400. Này à, bắt đầu thua.
thua. Bài khỏe đấy. 2299 á. Bài đấu sĩ á. Mình lẫn vào mày mày có ăn uống đầy đủ nhỉ? Thằng này được ăn uống đầy đủ. 2299 là phải không? Không. Tự đọc chuyển hóa bàn đấu. Đúng đi em.
Đúng.
Ô. Phải chấm. Này em. Thua rồi.
Chuẩn bị ăn đi sang chuối.
Không biết. Ok thầy ơi. Mai sẽ ra ở cát. Lâu rồi. 15 phút. Well played bro. Lái luôn đấy, lái. Bình vua lái racing boy. Nhốt luôn. Chết không? Ngồi đi. Đéo đi à? Vào nó kèm rất siêu linh. Đéo đủ mana để chết. Phải không? Cũng là khỏe rồi ra. Đánh bài gì với cả Nautilus 2.
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ, দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে, কথা বলতে বলতে, কখন যেন হলে আমার,
জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে গেছি তোমার।
ছোট ছোট ভুল ফুটে হলো ফুল যে তোমাকে পেলাম,
গুটি গুটি পাই স্বপ্নের নাই আমি ভেসে গেলাম।
আপনি কি মনে করেছেন একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংস গুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব? এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা?
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে, আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে, ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ, তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Rồi thì xin đấm đầu đấy. Chết mày. Ô. Ui. Chịu. Một chết không chết. Nhưng mà con quái tí giết con chít. Quái giết con chít xong là nó chết luôn. Quái chít chảy đau đấy. Chôn tao. Bài thằng này cũng khỏe à. Thằng 229 chưa chết à? Xong rồi. Gặp cái thằng mạnh nhất rồi. Xong. Đây đi. bài phun nổi rồi, nhà xét cơ, đâu có xét. Thảo xét. Tí ăn thằng này à? Kết quả thì mình sẽ xếp bài lệch sang một chút thì sẽ được. Sẽ xét lui sang góc. Chuẩn không vậy. 700 củ, anh sẽ revert phát nữa. Còn thiếu 600 củ để revert lên 660 à? Anh có revert lên 10 ấy. 400 vòng rồi này. Ông vượt qua kỷ lục 430 quay không? 435 nhỉ? 119 20, 23, 24, 25, 26 27, 28, 29, 30 kỷ lục mới. Đi record. Rồi 233 kỷ lục mới, qua kỷ lục mới tận 3 lap. Ê, thua lại. Phải không? Ê, không thua. Không thua. Mày rồi ăn tao. Rồi có top 4 rồi. Có top 4 rồi. Mình sẽ không phải là cái thằng hậu cái D nữa. Mình cần cái gì nữa? Xẻng rồi cái này ra định mệnh. Được. Ây à, ổn thế nhờ. Một cái gì đây? Một cái nỏ xét à? Một cái nỏ xét rồi. Ai đáp đồ đơn luôn, thằng đéo cho thế. Mình đã trả thưởng 1 đô. Xét cây đam phép à? Cái thằng này à? Thằng này sẽ phải lưu xuống đấy đi. Xong. Để cho thầy cái lô bên kia. Xếp bài láo hả? Phải bay nhanh như ngựa ấy. Thầy xếp bài láo thì nó mới phù hợp. Ok, sự là phù hợp ấy. Không được, không phù hợp rồi. Sắp đi rồi, sao đứng đây chết nhở? Ê, thằng khỏe đấy. Đừng quăng át nữa, làm ơn. Thua rồi. Trừ mấy? Trừ 9 à? Trừ 9, binh top 3. Thằng kia bài ấy mạnh phết. Nếu gì cái tim. Biết là khỏe. Chia anh mày biết. Cả tờ nhà anh nữa 134 ạ. Cái nước lên cho nhiều phết. 135, 36, 160, 36 chuẩn. Léo ấy. Mày tích lẻ. Sắp 1 tiếng rồi. Hàng kia khởi động à? Hàng kia khởi động mới à? Chuẩn không? Đúng trường chân ái. Vẽ sự kiện 100 lap vào. Tôi vượt qua kỷ lục chúng ta. Sự cần vượt qua kỷ lục ấy 600 triệu coin thì đi vớt tiếp. Đéo bật auto đi vớt được. Đéo thì cũng tiền. Bay chọn ông thầy ơi. Uống nước này 200 lap. Chọn chưa? Ok, không nhận gì được. Thì ai?
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু 2টা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক রূপ।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে।
বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে। তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে।
পাশাপাশি আছি বিপরীতে কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে
Hi. You look good.
থ্যাংক ইউ
Bài bia kìa. Bước vào lòng đạo mấy lòng của ba của mẫu còn thì đang ngoài và treo sát chuông là khoảng trong 5 giây để tụi bánh rồi nào yes được và cái chai đổ lên trên nhà tràn rồi thằng ấy các tư ngoài ngoài như vậy lại mà dễ mà ăn nói thẳng nò nói hết việc sai vàng chiếc sau má quỷ ác quỷ và 50 vàng vào về chị các bạn có bóng vật lại 10 lần tôi đi xin xong viết kiếm đi hỏi Solaka để mày bắn ra đẹp sao có cái đồ mà blue quỳ xả đéo ấy Zana sẽ bán đặt này chuẩn hai cái đồ mình bị đét vào đéo hiểu gần như là vô địch rồi gần như là vô địch rồi gần như là vô địch rồi ngon 5 tỷ vàng quả vàng và 220 3 4 55 56 57 58 9 6 video một ngày những bả con chưa ngắt gâu broccoli không quy đâu quy mất tiền tao quen tay ấn pet này là cứ ấn quy ấy thằng xung miệng nó cứ thể hiện cái mất trả tiền lên tay nữa áo áo mở trong cái season này nó cho pet tiện thì dùng thôi đừng cho xỉn thôi anh lên sang bên đồng cũ ôi đi rồi nói gì rồi Đây, anh bảo quay hết video hay gì xong mày bảo là thằng em du lịch. Ý mày là giờ kia nhưng tao lại tưởng anh giờ là bây giờ ấy. Ý mày là giờ kia nó đi ấy. Thôi sáng mai thì sao? À, người ơi, chưa cắt nóng tao ấy. Ba công tưởng hay là khách không đấu nữa thằng này đỡ giáo.
thích học đường hay. Được 5 học đường ấy. 20 bạn cùng học đường, nhất học đường nào. Phạm này, Phạm được đi ơi. Phạm được đi ơi. Phạm ấy, thằng Phạm ấy. Với anh kể cho khôi mà. Còn là có những người ai tao nói được thì tao nói rồi. Tao nói cũng. Nhưng mà toàn những người khác tự biết thôi. Tao chỉ em mỗi thằng khôi đó. Mày thu hạt sâu. Có phải như là chăm đi đâu gì có phải đắt của là mau vậy đâu. Tam cho đài đừng phải khám nhé tóc con bạc chưa cái bạc cao cường ấy cái thằng cao cường ghé mất thôi. Cái đợt mới quay lần đầu tiên tao quay 1 tiếng không bật mic. Mic máy gần lúc tao không biết là cắm rút tai nghe hoặc cắm tai nghe vào thì phải ấn lại cái F4 cho lại tắt mic cho bật lại ấy. Bây giờ tao quay 1 tiếng không mic. Năm câu vừa này chắc không ra được cũng mạnh ấy. Làm các bạn không có nàn nhé. Đúng không? Tôi gọi chị lên một cái bạn. Thôi bà giáo được không quá. Nó chỉ là alun một thôi mà alun một lời mắc file một tuồng còn Zurich quyền năng tôi búa không thua mà chứ hiểu thua được bài này lạ thật đấy. Anh bị bắt 4 lần rồi bị bắt như không ấy. Nó chỉ tăng tiền cắt qua các màn thôi, không có kéo được. Cộng tỷ lệ farm kim cương nữa, cộng phần trăm kiếm kim cương với cả và tỷ lệ may mắn nữa. Mua kiếm mà mua kiếm này cho xịn. Đây tiền mua kiếm này. Đây tiền mua kiếm. Có mua kiếm mà bu. Mua kiếm cho xịn một vui. Đéo ở đây. Chính Các bạn dép á. Còn bố bắt bạn dép rồi. Năm cao cường. Rồi 4, 6 cao cường.